Hi, I'm Brandon, and I'm back again with Ben Metcalf from 3 Minute Horror Reviews, and we're finishing our review of the Child's Play slash Chucky movie series. And we got to the end where we're now going to be talking about the remake, Child's Play 2019. I have some strong opinions about this one. I don't know about you, Ben, but I'll let you go first. What do you think of this?
I have some very strong opinions about this movie. 10 seconds into it, I already didn't like
Yeah.
it. It's full of AI nonsense bullshit. Like this doll is controlling things is supposed to be run by AI and it's controlling all your smart devices. They tried to modernize all of this business. I hate the look of the doll. The look sucks. I hate it. Um, I wrote down in here that Mark Hamill is the voice this time. It's not Brad Dourif any longer. Now it's Mark Hamill, and Mark Hamill's fine. He's a fine actor. He seems like a nice guy, but he's not the right voice for this doll. And this doll looks exactly like Skylar Elizondo or Gizondo. Skylar Gizondo, the guy who played Jimmy Olsen in the James Gunn Superman movie that came out
Oh,
last summer.
okay.
The doll looks exactly like him. It would have been so funny if they had got him to do the voice, but they didn't. And I, like so many of these remakes before that Brandon and I have talked about. We talked about the Friday the 13th one. We talked about the Nightmare on Elm Street one. Like so many of these, it would have been such a good story had they not put the Chucky coat of paint on it. Had it just been a movie about an AI doll that came to or that got programmed wrong or something happened with it and it ended up being bad. But I suppose if they had done that, it would have just been Megan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very similar story.
Yeah. What do you think about it?
Yeah, this movie sucks. It's bad.
Yeah.
Although I will give it a tiny bit of credit. I tried the first time I tried watching it when it came out. I gave up like half hour in. I just hated it.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, you know what? If we're gonna do a review, I owe it to people to watch the whole thing. So I sat through the whole thing, and I'll say I kind of liked it better the second time I watched it. But
Yeah.
that's like like it's not saying much. It's like yeah, like every scene pisses me off. And again, they have to have every character is just gross or annoying in some way. No one acts believably. The whole thing seems written. The opening scene is they're in Vietnam in the factory where they're making these dolls, and one of the workers, and they even have a little opening bit that advertises the doll. They mention that they have some sort of chip or something to control their behavior, so it's completely safe. So at the factory, one of the workers is working on this Chucky doll, and then his boss comes up and slaps him and starts yelling at him
Yeah.
and abusing him. So he's like, you know what? Like fuck this place. I'm going to go into this doll and click on the computer and sabotage this thing that controls Chucky's behavior. So now it has this AI in it, but it has no controls. So this family ends up with this, or the mom and the kid end up with this particular doll. So
Yeah.
every character is annoying, and the even the mom, like Aubrey Plaza, she's fine, but
She's
she's
playing herself. Aubrey Plaza has a tendency to play the same character that she always plays in movies and TV shows, and she's playing that character in this one too.
yeah,
Yeah.
and she basically blackmails her. I don't know if it's like her boss or some employee at where she works, because
Yeah.
she's like, oh, like this doll has been returned as being defective. Like she wants it for her kid, but doesn't want to pay for it. So she's basically like, give this to me, or I'll tell your wife that you were banging the one of the employees in the break room, or like, and it's just like everything has to be gross, like just kind of gross
Yeah.
like that. And then there's her young son. I don't know, he's like 13 or something. He befriends these two other teenagers that live in his building, and they're just annoying as hell. Like
Yeah.
they really, really piss me off. Yeah, there's so many things that just don't make sense. Like we'll get into it. It just everything frustrated me.
Yeah.
But I think the fundamental problem is that it's not scary. The original one, it was like, here's a doll, you pull on it or whatever. It says three things like, "Hi, my name is Chucky. I want to be your friend." So the fact that, hey, this thing is saying other things and is moving around on its own is hard to believe and kind of scary. Now its purpose is to already do that. It
Yeah.
already can say anything. It can already walk around on its own. So how hard is it to believe that this thing could harm someone, especially
Yeah.
when it's like killing the cat? Like, yeah, this thing can walk around. It has a mind of its own. It's able to grab weapons. Like, it's like if you had an AI robot in your house
Hmm.
that could just walk around and do stuff and pick up tools and do other kind of things, and it could say anything it wants, and it can learn and act independently. If you came home one day and the your animal's dead and your kid's like the robot did it, you would have to be like, okay, like that's a distinct possibility
Yeah.
because
Absolutely could happen.
do
Yeah.
that. Whereas if it's like, oh, this piece of plastic doll did it, well, no, that's crazy. That's impossible.
Yeah.
But it's like, how can you not believe that this doll did it? It doesn't, and just the whole thing, how it's like learning and the teenagers are watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2,
Hmm.
and the Chucky doll is watching them, and he sees them laughing and having fun while watching violence. So he goes to the Chucky doll goes to the kitchen, grabs a knife, comes back, and he's like trying to attack them. And he's like, "Oh, I was trying to make you happy." It's like,
Yeah.
what is this thing stupid? Like I just didn't buy any of it. And then the mom has this new boyfriend who's
Yeah.
also a total creep. He's like, they have multiple scenes where the boy walks in
Yeah.
and the boyfriend has his mom up against the wall or
Yeah.
whatever. They're like,
She's
"Oh, Andy," and they're fixing their
his mom is
clothes.
being dry humped by a balding ginger man.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, if you're gonna get it on with your boyfriend in the house, like do it in the bedroom. Don't do it right in the open in front of the door, right at the time where your kid gets home from school.
Yeah.
And then they have that scene later where they come out of the bedroom and the boyfriend's like doing up his pants or whatever, and of course the son's like grossed out by it, and then he's like yelling at him, and just every scene pissed me off. And then
Yeah.
like those two other teenagers, there was like the girl and then the fat guy and or the fat
Mm.
kid, and they're supposed to be like comic relief, but everything they said was so fucking annoying, and like I didn't find any of it scary. Like some of it could have been okay, like yeah, because it was a different movie, but
Yeah.
I it's like the original. It was like this doll that is not supposed to be alive is suddenly alive, and it was kind of creepy. Now it's like a doll that's already alive because it's AI, like it's an imitation of life. So it's like, so what's scary about it? It's just like learning violence and getting out of control. Like I don't know.
Yeah, the whole thing right from the beginning didn't sit right with me in the respect that if you're an abused worker and you want to get revenge, why are you getting revenge right before you end your own life? Because this guy ended his own life right after he did this. Why are you getting a revenge against some random kid in the Western world and not the
Yeah,
guy who's abusing you? It's just very odd, a very odd thing. But yeah, it just keeps on getting stranger and stranger as it goes. Andy, last name unclear because they never gave his last name. It could have been Barkley, no idea, but it is Andy in this movie as well. Is deaf, so he's got a hearing aid, which factors into the story several times throughout. Not in a huge way, but it does factor in. But these buddy dolls, right? Their whole thing is that they're AI. It's some Amazon stand-in company that they're a part of. I don't think I wrote down what the name of the company is.
Margot
Yeah, but it's
Kaplan.
Kaplan. Yeah, it's supposed to be like Amazon, right? And so they sell every type of device that you could possibly imagine, and they're all controlled by the one central hub sort of thing. And these dolls can key into that hub, and they have a little light finger like ET, like they've got a finger that lights up when they're doing smart home stuff. But they can control your television, they can control your thermostat, they can control pretty much anything in your house. Uh, this doll has all of its safeguards taken off. It's a pretty stupid doll in the beginning. It doesn't know anything. It has to learn from watching Andy and watching these other obnoxious teenagers, as Brandon mentioned, who are just like the personification of everything that's wrong with the internet right now, these kids. Um, Andy gets the doll. He wanted a phone. He gets a doll instead, which seems like a pretty sick burn on this kid. But I guess they don't have a whole lot of money. But Andy Barkley doesn't like to. I called him Barkley again. Andy, last name unclear, doesn't like two things. There are exactly two things he doesn't like. One is the cat named Mickey Rooney, who is an asshole cat who attacks him all the time. And the second thing is his mom's balding ginger boyfriend, who it turns out is a real piece of shit. And we'll get into that later. But so since the doll is learning everything by watching what Andy does, when he has an altercation with the boyfriend or when he has an altercation with the cat, he's recording everything all the time. Something to be aware of if you have one of these dolls and if you live in this fictional world is never say anything bad about anyone because the doll is a huge narc. This doll will blab all of your secrets to everyone whenever possible at the worst possible time. And it'll even control TVs and replay the video of you being a piece of shit. So, so don't do anything bad around this doll because you will get told on. And probably it will report back to the Central Corporation, who are probably reporting it to Palantir, and you'll end up with the government at your door. But eventually, Chucky does manage to start killing people because they make Andy upset. So, and he starts off with the cat, like Brandon mentioned. The pet does eventually die. I don't remember exactly what he does to the cat. Do you remember what he does
Like
to the
I think
cat?
he doesn't he like I think Andy catches him choking the cat, but then he's like,
Yeah,
"Hey,
but he
stop it!"
stops him.
And then later on, I think you just find the cat dead, and you don't know
Uh,
how he
okay.
exactly did. I assume he
Yeah.
throttled.
In a pool of cat blood, and then Andy hides the body. Then there's a huge blow up between Andy and the boyfriend because Chucky has been being a narc and sitting around on a table and saying that this guy sucks or something like I hate this guy or
He's an
playing
asshole. Yeah.
back Andy's voice. And so there's a big blow up, and then Chucky decides that he's going to end this boyfriend, who it turns out has an actual different family that he's married to the woman and he has two kids. So he is off boning April Ludgate from Parks and Recreation just for fun on the side and dealing with this Andy kid when he's two-timing his wife. But I thought the way he died was actually, let me say, the kills that they actually perform in this movie, pretty good. I thought they were pretty good.
Yeah, they're actually decent. There's two of them. One I didn't
Yeah,
like so much. We'll get into, but
yeah. There's two before the shit hits the fan later.
yeah, the and it's just another example. Like, why do they have to make everyone why do they have to make everyone shitty? It's like they could have
Yeah,
just had a boyfriend. You know, like obviously some teenager might not like his mom's new boyfriend. You don't have to make him a horrible human being.
yeah.
And really, like you find out that some 13-year-old kid thinks you're an asshole. Is that really enough for you to go and confront him and be like, "Look here, you little bastard. If you have a problem with me, you come talk to me." Like, why would
Yeah.
he care? It's just like, okay, yeah, he's a teenager, whatever. Like, who cares? Like, what? How is this guy so sensitive? And then it's like, nah, we can't just have him be like kind of a normal guy. He has to be. You know, he's two timing his wife, and he's got his family at home, and it's like, okay, what, whatever. But his death was pretty cool. Chucky runs him over with some, it's not a lawnmower, but some sort of
I think it's a
lawn,
snowblower.
yeah, something like that, and rips the guy's face off.
Yeah. But first he falls from the roof, like from a
Oh
ladder,
yeah,
and lands directly like you're not supposed to land, like directly with his feet, 2 feet hitting the ground first, and his legs just break. And you can
yeah,
see them, and it's really gross.
yeah. That was probably one of the grossest parts of the movie. um, yeah, and then we just get some weird stuff that it was actually kind of cool and a little bit darkly funny. Andy comes home and Chucky has like removed this boyfriend's face and hung the face in Andy's room. And of course, Andy's like, "Oh my god, what the hell?" So we call
He
his two
puts it on a
friends.
watermelon, so now it's a watermelon face.
Yeah, and so they're like, okay, so they wrap it up in like wrapping paper to hide it, and they're gonna go and like throw it out. But then the mom catches them, and of course the kid, he's like, "Oh, it's a present I made for the guy and his mom. I'll live up the hall." So she's like, "Okay, let's go give it to them." So he hands it to them, and of course, like it's like they can't open it because they'll see this every face. So he's like, "Oh, just don't open it till my birthday," which doesn't make sense. Why would you give someone a present and then tell them not to open it
So
till your
stupid.
birthday when it's
Why
like a
would you
present?
give them a present for your birthday, too?
Yeah, and then but it's like don't open it for another week. And then she puts this thing on the mantle. So Andy goes over to their house. He invites himself over for dinner just so he can get this thing back. And then it's like sitting there, and they're like, "Oh, they're gonna open it," and it's like it's just ridiculous. And he finally grabs it and then runs out and throws it down the trash compactor. But it's like, really, if you want to get rid of murder evidence, don't just put it down there so it's going to sit in the dumpster in your building and
Yeah.
get found. Like, go throw it off a bridge or something. Just the whole thing, it was so stupid. I just like, I don't know. It really pissed me off.
It was dumb kid stuff. Like they asked a dumb teenager, like, what would you say in this situation? And then they wrote down exactly what the kid said. Because some kids, when they're telling lies, they're really, really bad at it. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and I didn't get it. Like the mom, did she know he was lying? But it just seemed
It's hard to tell with her because that's the character she plays. She always seems like kind of a sneak, like a little bit sarcastic.
yeah. But it's like, wouldn't, if she knew he was like,
Yeah.
be like, oh, hey, open that up. What is it? Like, I don't know. I didn't buy any of that. It just really annoyed me. And the whole part where the mom that lives in the apartment up the hall that he gave the present
Yeah.
to, she's like, oh, like she's going to bingo, and this Kaplan company, the same company that made Chucky, they have these like self-driving cars that you can
Mhm.
order. So she orders a self-driving car, and of course they can't just play it up like this is a normal thing with technology that exists. She has to just absolutely rub it in, like, wow, a self-driving car, this is so neat. And
Yeah.
it's like, yes, I get it that we have cool technology these days, and they're it's like, you don't have to remind us in every single line, like over and over again. Like, she's like waving to people, look at me in my self-driving car, and of course Chucky can like control it,
Yeah.
and then he crashes it and kills her. It's like every scene is annoying.
Yeah.
Like, I would have rather them get rid of all the technology.
Yeah.
That whole aspect of it just seemed ridiculous, and it's like everything's connected. And at the end, Chucky can be controlling drones and everything. Like, and
Yeah, he's controlling
out of
all the
control.
toys that belong to this company that have been put out by this company, and they've got all sorts of weird Chuckies. Like the bear Chucky is
Yeah,
weird,
what the
and
hell's up with that bear? Like,
I don't
it's
know.
supposed to be a toy for kids. It's supposed to be
Yeah,
like a friend,
it's
and they
got
have
big
like the
claws.
yeah, they have the bear. That bear looks evil. Like, I'd be
Yeah,
creeped out to have that thing in my house, and that you're gonna give this to children. It's like the scariest looking bear ever.
there was one other kill before all of the shit hit the fan, and that was there's a weird, creepy landlord guy who is going to be a creep the second that you lay eyes on him when he's installing security cameras. You're like, okay, this guy is a creep. He kind of looks like Jack Black, but he's not Jack Black. He's some other guy that just looks like Jack Black. So he's the guy that you hire if you want someone who looks like Jack Black in your movie, but you can't afford him. You pay this guy. But he finds the Chucky doll in the trash, and he decides that he's going to refurbish it and then sell it online for a mint. And so somehow he has a hold of these power sources for these devices, and they look like little mini nuclear generators, these AI chips, I guess, that are powering all of these Z company devices. It's really weird, but so he brings Chucky back to life after Chucky has been effectively terminated by the children because he's been being a bad little doll. He's the one who's responsible for everybody coming for what happens in the later half of the movie. But he made a bad mistake because he brought Chucky back to life, and then he turned around to totally jork it big time while he was watching April Ludgate about to get into the shower, and then Chucky decided to kill him with a table saw, and that was pretty gross too.
I like that kill quite a bit, but
Yeah,
it's, again, why does it every time they have like a male character,
yeah,
they have to make him a creep? Like, this
yeah,
couldn't just be the landlord who's a normal guy. They have to make him, he's like leering at the
yeah,
Aubrey Plaza, and he's got hidden cameras in there, and he just looks gross, and he's just
yeah,
a huge perv. Why do they have to do that every time? They did that
yeah,
when we did our review of Cult of Chucky. Like, oh,
yeah,
here's the psychiatrist. No, we have to make it that he's like molesting the Nika while she's like hypnotized.
yeah,
Like, stop doing that. And also, it doesn't make his sense. Like, his plan to refurbish and sell this doll. This doll is widely available in toy stores,
yeah.
and so it's probably not that expensive. So how
And
much is he going to get for a damaged refurbished one? Like $50?
and the very next day they're coming out with the Mark II model.
Yeah, like the Buddy
Yeah,
2 is coming out. So
yeah,
he's got like an outdated model that's totally banged up and half destroyed and refurbished. Is
Unless
that
he's going
really
to
worth
sell it
it?
as something that's jailbroken, like as less like we took the safeguards off of it or something like that, which is is a possibility.
I don't think he knew that though. Like, assuming he just thought it was a regular doll, didn't he?
Yeah, I think maybe whatever it is, that device that he put in it at the end was going to jailbreak it. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. It just that was dumb. However, the
Yeah,
kill was kind of although it doesn't make sense. Like someone's trying to kill you, why jump up on a table saw? But whatever. But eventually, he's hanging from a pipe,
yeah,
and the table saw is running,
yeah.
and
And then
he's like
Chucky
dangling above it.
turns the temperature up.
Yeah, and then Chucky turns the temperature up on the pipe so they heat up, so the guy falls on it. And yeah, that was a pretty cool scene. That was like the
Mhm.
whole movie could have been like that level of execution. It would have been good.
But it wasn't, unfortunately. And Brian Tyree Henry, who played the cop, who's a very funny actor, couldn't save this movie from its own bullshit, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's at the end. There's like they're unveiling the Chucky 2 doll. So there's like
Yeah,
all these people that are like lined up, kind of like Black Friday, whatever you call it. Like they all want to get in, but it's weird because usually they're outside the store
yeah,
waiting to get in. Now they're inside the store and everyone's like cheering. They can't wait to run, and
yeah.
the employees are holding them back, which was kind of weird. But then all of a sudden there's like other Chucky dolls that are like going nuts. Chucky is like attached knives to the blades of these drones, so
Yeah.
they're flying around with spinning knives and they're attacking people, and it's way too over the top for a Chucky movie. And I like the killer doll aspect. You don't need to add other types
Yeah.
of death traps to it. I just thought it was kind of not good.
And they did the same thing that they do with a lot of them, where everybody thinks it's Andy until the very end, and then
Yeah,
everybody sees that it's Chucky. But I think there were the most witnesses ever for the Chucky reveal this time that it's the doll, because a lot of the people in the store did get killed, but a whole lot of them survived too and saw that there was a bad guy doll.
yeah, they would.
Mm,
So there's no excuse now for this
yeah,
for no one to believe this anymore.
yeah, exactly. And plus, I mean, now we're in the informa we're truly in the internet age now, and the company would be able to see all that stuff happen to all their devices too. So,
I've seen that this they've done this before with other movies where it's just like, oh, they use modern technology in it, and
mhm.
it's honestly it's probably going to date the movie more,
Yeah,
like because like 10 years from now there's going to be like even better technology, or the stuff is just going to be so normal that it's like it's not
yeah,
cool, it's just it exists. So it's just like it's almost like the one from the 80s kind of seems more modern because they weren't like, hey, look at this cool technology we're using.
yeah.
But there it's just like, hey, it's like this is normal, this is a thing. Like I don't know,
10
I
years
just
from now, if we're all still alive, the dolls are going to be killing us anyway. So,
and it's like, yeah, on paper, it's like, hey, how about an AI doll? It's like, yeah, that's cool, but that is Megan. It's the
yeah, it's
Terminator when it
Megan.
comes down to it. So this is not new. This is not new territory,
No,
and it made Chucky less scary. So you had less because yeah, like I said, the originally was like this doll should not be talking
yeah,
and walking on its own, but it is. That's scary. Now it's like this doll is supposed to be walking and talking on its own.
yeah.
So
You
why is it
you
scary?
you cannot have a Child's Play movie without some sort of voodoo Charles Lee Ray stuff in it.
Yeah.
You just can't.
Yeah, it is like, yeah, they got rid of the cool wisecracking serial killer played by a good actor who just had a
Yeah,
cool voice, and now it's like a shitty looking doll with a stupid face that,
yeah.
and it's like, yeah,
Who sounds like Luke Skywalker?
yeah, yeah, it was bad. What would you give this one on a 1 to 10?
I gave it a five, just a plain old five, middle of
I
the road. The kills were
I
okay, the visuals were good. I didn't like the doll, but like it was a movie for sure. It was a movie. It was, I think it was a theatrical release too.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah, it definitely had a higher budget, but
mhm.
I go 4.
Yeah,
It was pretty poor, and it just like we've seen this before with Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, where the remake is like bigger budget, kind of more expensive, but just not good. And they
hmm.
never make a sequel to the remake because they
It
suck.
hasn't been done yet for any of
Yeah.
these things. So why do they keep doing it? That's the
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, I would have much rather have had part 8
Yeah.
or 7 or 8, whatever this one would have been that continued the last movie. I would have rather
Hmm.
had that.
So the thing, like, it's a side note here. Hellraiser, the remake of Hellraiser that they put out in I think 2019 as well. I think it was 2019.
I think it was 2022,
It
but
might have been 2022. I could be completely wrong, but there should be like that one was good, and it was.
I haven't actually seen that one.
You haven't seen it? Oh
No.
well, then look forward to it when we do the Hellraiser movies. But it felt like more spiritually in line with the rest, and I'm surprised that one hasn't had a sequel yet because it was really it was quite good.
And it was well received. Like it
Yeah,
just seems like in horror circles, people generally like it. It could
yeah,
just be they haven't done it yet.
right.
That's probably likely. Is
Yeah,
that it's just in the works. It just takes a while to
yeah.
get going. But,
Clive Barker's been working on that single player video game, the Hellraiser experience that's
yes, yes.
coming out very soon. That should be quite good.
All
Hmm.
right. Well, that's it for the remake of Child's Play, and that's it for the entire series. So until something changes, that's where the series ends, and that's where our review of the series ends. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.